Yeah. Thank you for being so prompt as well as audience members. Really enjoy that. Yeah. Okay. That's enough of that bullshit. Let's get pumped! Alright. Here we fucking go, I suppose. Please, welcome to the stage. First act of this evening, Les Miserables, Dave Flynn!
Hello. All right. Give me a cheer if you've seen me before. Yeah. Give me a cheer if you haven't. We're the back row. Oh, great. So for the back row mainly, let me address something very important before I begin. No, I'm not Ned Flanders' chav cousin. I do like the mustache, I do guys, but I do get a fair few comments. Someone shouted me from a van the other month, hey Magnum P. Doe. Someone told me I looked like Luigi in the middle of a breakdown. Mechanical or mental, I've had both, mate. I went to the doctors the other day, I walked in, and he goes, oh, there will be blood. And I thought he was referencing the film, and I was like, oh yeah, the film. And he goes, no, in your stool. But do you know what my personal favourite is? Personal favourite one I've ever got? Someone told me I look like Freddie Mercury. In the dying stages of AIDS, so that's what I've been dealing with, guys. How the fuck are you, right? Yeah. We need a little bit of managing that. How are you doing? You right? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Sorry. I was a little bit late coming on. I was busy taking a shit, so a little bit too much information there to start. But anyway, well, let me introduce myself. My name's Dave. I was born in Bristol, but I grew up down in Somerset. And wherever I go in the country, I like to clarify that, because wherever I go in the country, everyone knows you can't catch incest. However hard you try. But no, obviously I don't live there anymore. I live in Worcester. It's your fucking hometown, guys. Show some enthusiasm. Jesus Christ, no wonder your rugby club fucking failed. But no, there's not many interesting things to say about Worcester, apart from the fact that you've got 2 McDonald's, 2 KFCs, 2 Subways, but not a solitary fucking Burger King, right? Now I know this, right, because I'm on the Worcester News Facebook page regularly, and it doesn't matter what article is posted there, someone will always comment underneath, we want a Burger King. Doesn't matter what it is, guys, right? It could be major pile-up on the M5, we want a Burger King. Nurse found killing patients, we want a Burger King. There was an appeal, right, for a missing child. It's genuinely true, missing child. Someone wrote underneath, we want a Burger King. Someone else wrote back saying, you know, I think that's in poor taste given the situation. And the woman just responded, yeah, but Burger Kings often have crushes, so this won't happen. I can tell some of you, particularly this lady at the back, is a little bit concerned about that child. Don't worry. He turned up perfectly fine. He was down the road in Kidderminster, and they've got a Burger King. So. I wanted to chat to you guys about my dad tonight, right? I've noticed something. As my dad's got older, he's got fatter, but just in the face. So what's happened, right, his cheeks have pushed up around his eyes. So literally, as he's got older, his view of the world has narrowed. You know, because of his chubby cheeks and blatant bigotry. No, he's also a bit of a miserable bastard though, right, my dad. He's the only person I know to ever get Bell's palsy and look happier. And he was moaning the other day, right? He was moaning, he was like, do you know what the problem with your generation is? You're so fucking impractical. You're so fucking impractical. Which, guys, I can take as criticism if it wasn't coming from a man with 3 Facebook accounts because he keeps forgetting the password. Even the Facebook moderators are looking at me like, this is the shittest catfish we've ever seen. Just keeps posting the same photo of an old man with bells pausing. No, but you do notice, right, as you get older, your and your parents' opinions change, particularly on stuff to do like the politics. And we were chatting a little while ago about Shamima Begum. Do we all know her, right? You know the girl who went over to Syria and married an ISIS fighter? My dad turns around to me and goes, I bet you'd invite Shamima Begum back into the country and stick her on Love Island. Would ya? Would ya? I said, of course not, Dad. I put her on Married at First Sight. She's much more familiar with the format of the show. Okay, alright. Well, let's see who the fuck we've got in. We've got, no offence to the audience that turned up on time, but I fucking know a lot of you. Don't know this fella. Come on in, buddy. Come on in. No, we've got 20 minutes to get through this shit, buddy. Alright, well let's have a chat to the guy that just came in. How you doing, buddy? What's your name?
Well, I'm about a 5 out of 10, and my name's Chris.
You're about a 5 out of 10?
No, on the whole, yeah.
Not in this light. I don't know what fucking light you're judging that by, buddy, but is it the red ones that you see at the fucking roundabouts now? So you said your name was Chris, buddy. What do you do, Chris?
What do I do? I'm a KP in the kitchen.
KP, alright. What you do? You went to the recruiters and you were like, do you know what? I'm on a job where I can do it stoned all day. So I knew you were coming, Chris. I knew you were coming. I was chatting to your mate James earlier. He said you don't go by Chris though, right? You go by another name.
There is another name. Do you know that?
Well, I want you to tell us, buddy.
Oh, okay. It's Bobcat.
Bobcat. Is that because you often intimidate old ladies in their gardens, or like is there something else? Well, why are you called Bobcat, bud?
More of a territorial piss thing, I'd say.
More of a territorial piss thing. Wow. Yeah, that 5 is dropping fucking fast. He's a lovely guy. He'd be a 6 if he could control his bladder. Oh man, how long have you been a KP for, bud?
Around about 3-4 months.
3-4 months. That's about the life expectancy of them, to be honest. Especially with angry chefs. Okay, well, you always been a KP, bud, or you just really like washing dishes?
Just love dishes, yeah.
Just love dishes.
The smell of the soap.
The smell of the soap. He's dropping to a 3. Okay, alright, well, thank you for telling. Were you working, Chris? Was that why you're late, or just stoned?
No, I was engaged in other things. So
You were engaged in other things, were you?
Just marking the territory, really.
Marking the territory? 2. 2. Okay, alright, man. Well, thank you very much for coming out. Let's have a chat to this road behind you. Let's have a chat to this lady here who's now looking away. What's your name, sweet? Caitlin. Alright, Caitlin. What do you do, Caitlin?
I work in a nursery.
You work in a nursery? Oh, okay. Alright. How are the little shits? They're amazing. They're amazing.
They're little shits every single day.
Sorry?
They're little shits every single day.
They're little shits every single day, but you, I don't know, enjoy pushing over children. It's a lot of excitement. Okay, alright, so how long have you been a nursery nurse?
Just over a year.
Just over a year, okay, alright. It's a little bit longer than that life expectancy. Caitlin, who have you come out with tonight? These 3, we're going to need a little bit more than that. Your boyfriend Ryan? Ryan? See, that's a 5, Chris. That's a 5. That's a solid 5. He knows it as well. He's good with it. He's doing well. He's got a lovely girlfriend. Sorry, what's your name, buddy? Sorry, or else I'm going to just call you Brian. Ryan. Okay, yeah. If it was Brian, it was going to drop to a 3.5. Okay, so we've got Ryan there, and we've got Becky and Brandon. Awesome. We don't hear of Brandon much. You American? No, your parents were just aspirational for a passport. Get the fuck out, son. Go to the promised land. I don't know why it's the promised land. Sorry, guys. We're still easing into 2023. This is my second gig. Okay, so Ryan, what do you do, bud? You're an electrician? Okay, well, you're awful nerdy looking for a tradesman. Like, what kind of, do you have much banter on the sites, or? Ish. He's like, yeah, they tie me up with electrical wire every Friday and leave me till security find me on Monday, but it's all good, it's all in good fun. Okay, man, well, how long have you been an electrician?
7 years.
7 years? Okay, how long have you guys been together then?
4 years?
4 years. Yeah, Ryan didn't answer that, but I was, 4 years. You're gonna hang on to that fucking 5 rating for working. So it was Becca and Brandon. You guys are you a couple? I take it.
Yes.
I was going to say you're either brother and sister, and your parents have dressed you both. No. They've gone for a strong look. Okay, guys. So what do you do other than get harassed by chavs in the street? Guys, we're about 5 or 10 minutes in. It's going to get a fucking damn sight worse. What do you guys do?
I work at Spoons.
You work at Spoons?
I work at Specsavers.
Oh, do you work? Is that how you know? Okay, alright, yeah, Lynn's drafted in the staff. She was like, you want that fucking weekend off? Well, you have to do me a favour. Okay. Alright, well, yeah, I think I've spent enough time insulting the audience. Okay, well guys, thank you very much for coming out. So a little bit about this. This show's called Les Miserables. We're taking it to Leicester next month. So we're giving a nice trial run out here. Basically the show is about me, Robin and Lynn, how we've somehow survived our 20s. To be honest, I didn't think I'd fucking make it here, as the material might show later on. It's basically how we've made it for our 20s, how we've got to our 30s. We've had multiple attempts at self-improvement, and as you can probably tell, all of them have failed. And we've just kind of realised what's the fucking point. So anyway, let me tell you a little bit about my attempts at self-improvement. Started Thai boxing recently. I know that normally sounds cool. No, I know it does sound a kind of cool hobby, but essentially all I do is go along each week and avoid getting beaten up by teenagers. Chris, I'm 30, mate, and my life goals haven't changed in over 10 years. But no, interestingly enough, they do it by weight class. So that's actually meant for the past couple of weeks, I've been sparring the instructor's dog. Don't give me that fucking look, Becca, it's a tough spaniel. But no, true story, right? I was actually sparring with this 12-year-old kid, and he left hooked me, and he genuinely gave me concussion. Seriously, the little shit nearly knocked me out. But don't worry, guys, right? I've been training hard, and I've worked out how I'm going to get him back, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to jab, then I'm going to block, then I'm going to fuck his mum. Because my trainer is always saying in life, if you can't be the biggest or strongest, just be the most ruthless. So there you go. No, I did go axe throwing recently. I thought it was a great day out. B&Q called it the scariest trial shift they've ever seen. I've always had kind of like shitty jobs though, right? I'm unemployed at the moment, by the way. No one sounded surprised, thank you. No, I'm unemployed at the moment, so it means I spend a lot of my days chatting to recruiters. I was chatting to this recruiter the other day, and she said, we've had a look through your CV, Mr. Flynn. Everything looks great. We just see you've got a career gap at 16, 17. Do you mind telling us what you're doing at this time? And I'm thinking to myself, does anyone care what you're doing at 16, 17, right? If you've got up, got dressed, and made your way safely to the interview, does anyone give a fuck what you're doing at 16, 17? Answers MCAT speed and ecstasy, by the way. But apparently that's not relevant experience in the pharmaceutical industry, so... The search continues. Becky, you said you worked in Wetherspoons, right? Yeah. I've also worked in Wetherspoons. I had to quit, right? I had to quit, and I had to quit because I knew the job was really devaluing me as a person. When this drunk guy came in and he threatened to glass me in the face, and my first thought was, I hope he doesn't use a tankard. We've only got 6 of them left. No, it's not just jobs that I'm fucking shit at. I'm pretty bad at relationships as well. But I have noticed something, right? I've got a lot of female friends, and I've noticed something because they're all getting to like their late 20s now. I've noticed something in their early 20s, right? When they were 21, 22, 23, they were strong, independent women. They didn't need no man, all right? Now, they're about 28, 29, and I'm like, Dave, how many dicks do I need to suck before one's attached to a millionaire? And I said, I don't know, but probably none of them in this Wetherspoons. But no, like all of my mates are kind of like they're settling down, they're having kids and all this other stuff. And you could really tell recently, because me and my mates, we all had kind of birthdays around the same time. And all my mates were moving into houses, having children, and they asked for their birthdays for like a new kettle, a new toaster, something from the garden. And I asked for acid. We're all on our separate journeys. I have noticed something though, right, as I've got older. My poos are starting to smell more like dog poos. It's true. My girlfriend said it wouldn't be as bad to keep hanging the bags up around the house, but... Thank you for that, Carl. You got old Dave from the front. I did actually spill my girlfriend late last year. It was delayed, so it fucking means nothing, alright? I split up with my girlfriend, right, because she was a feminist every goddamn day. Apart from bin day. Equality, I love. Hypocrisy, can't fucking stand. But no, I think it's hard to know who you are if you don't have any history. Ryan, do you have any childhood photos, mate? Many childhood photos?
Couple.
Couple, alright.
Not on me personally.
His parents thought he was less than a 5. No, sorry dude, I should have clarified that. With this facial hair, I should go around to the audience and go, have you got any childhood photos? Get them out. OnlyFans is expensive. I only ask, right, because I don't have any childhood photos.
Oh.
You were better that time, still meaningless. No, the reason, right, that I don't have any childhood photos is, so my parents split up, and my dad decided to move down to the south of France with his new bird that we see him, and he took all of our childhood photos. Now, he managed to fuck that relationship up as well, and he decided that he was going to move back from the south of France. Now, instead of flying back, what he decided to do was buy a shitty little French hatchback and drive it all the way from the south of France up to Calais to get the ferry. Now, he gets all the way right just before the ferry terminal, and the car breaks down. Now, a normal person would call the AA, or the French version, the AA. Not my dad though, right? What he does is he abandons the car there with our childhood photos in the back and fucking never looks back. Literally just fucks off and goes and gets his ferry. Now, where he broke down next to was Calais refugee camp, alright? Now, for years, I've comforted myself with the fact that I don't have any childhood photos, with this idea that a child from a war-torn country has taken my little photo and fashioned it into a passport to make their way to England for a better life. I get it, I smoke too much weed, alright? But it was only about last year though, right, that the girlfriend at the time pointed out the unfortunate fact. The best case scenario, they burned my little face for warmth, And worst case scenario, someone in Calais refugee camp had a wank over me. And if you were offended by that, that's fucking discrimination, because remember, paedophiles can be scared of bullets, bombs, and government oppression too. But it has made conversations with my dad now a lot more interesting, because whenever the subject of refugees comes up and he goes, well, if you fucking like refugees so much, why don't you put one up in your back bedroom? I can say, no need, Dad. I've already let one come on my face. No, I am trying to be a bit more positive as I get older though. I am trying to be a bit more positive. My mate came to me the other day and he goes, Dave, do you realise that newspapers die now? No one's buying newspapers anymore. I said, for one, you're 30, you're too old to be a paper boy, get a proper job. But I was thinking to myself, right, newspapers die now. That's a positive, right? At least in the future, it'll be much easier to find dead hoarders. Few of you are a bit perplexed by that bit, right? Imagine 20 years from now, you smell something coming from upstairs, the police kick the door and they go, oh, there he is, next to the iPad and the 1 terabyte of storage. It's saving them time, saving them time. Alright, I'm going to tell one more story and I'm going to get your next act on. So, a number of years ago, I got in a bit of trouble with the police. No one's surprised, okay, again. No, I got in a bit of trouble with the police, right? I got in a fight with this guy, I had to go to court, it was a long drawn out affair. I got done for common assault, because that's all my credit check would allow. I had to go to court and I got given community service, and some of you look at me like, why are you telling us this story, Dave? Well, after I was sentenced by a judge and after I was given community service, the judge deemed me a medium threat to society. That's right, ladies and gents, this is a medium threat to society. Caitlin's thinking, I might even walk home alone tonight. I reckon my spaniel could take him. I've been Dave Flynn, you lot have been fucking lovely. Please keep that energy going and welcome the next act to the stage, Robin Hart!